Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your dose of zombies news from the game and community here on COD Zombies HQ. Thank you so much for tuning in today. The first trickle of Call of Duty 2018 news continues to roll out today with 3 different stories on the subject. The first one comes from the Twitter account of James C. Burns, who actually plays Sergeant Woods in the Black Ops series in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. Well, he posted this over on Twitter saying it's a bit early for the official leaked faucet to start dripping, but in the past the pipes have been compromised, and smart folks do piece together the available intel in surprising ways. Might want to go X-Files on this. So obviously saying that people are starting to piece together the bits of information about Black Ops 4 that are slowly being released, and that there is some kind of deeper digging that we can do, maybe to find more info or piece together information that we haven't put together yet. Moving on to our second story of the day, former Treyarch community manager Josh Olin, or better known as JD 2020, replied to the actual first leak over on Twitter saying, "How did this get so many retweets? I could have told you this 2 years ago, that the next game would in fact be Black Ops 4. That one noob over on Twitter replied saying, "What about Black Ops 1 Remastered? Is that in the works?" Josh Olin then said, "I would seriously doubt it, but you'll see some old maps though, I'm sure." Now, the really interesting part as it relates to zombies comes from Marcus Sellers, who was the first point of contact, the first person to actually leak that the next game would definitely be Black Ops 4 and that it's coming to the Switch, said, like a zombies one, kind of hinting towards that the insider information that told him that it would be Black Ops 4 and that it's coming to the Switch may have also revealed details to him about the zombies mode, maybe relating to some kind of remaster, which we assume will be Mob of the Dead. I hit him up over the Twitter DMs to ask him, "Hey man, like, what do you mean by this tweet? Do you have any more information you can tell us?" He just said, "Let's just see. I don't want to say anything about that yet, as I'm not certain." So it seems like his source seemed to be kind of vague on the topic of zombies in Black Ops 4. He's got an idea, but he doesn't really want to say it publicly just because he's not 100% sure it's right as of yet. So that's definitely really interesting, and I'll be sure to follow up with him in maybe a week or so to say, "Hey man, do you have any other kind of updates you can tell us, or maybe be more specific about what you're thinking about Black Ops 4 zombies or what your source told you?" But we'll talk about that later, obviously. And for our third story of the day, this coming out from publication Eurogamer with the title Sources, this year's COD is Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which was confirmed by the leak earlier. Eurogamer is saying that multiple sources have confirmed to them that it will be Black Ops 4, and then added a little bit of detail about the game, saying the Black Ops storyline so far has covered the Cold War, near future, and a future time period in 2065. In particular, Black Ops 3 had a sci-fi focus, something which Black Ops 4 will dial back to better fit the series' recent desire for a more grounded feeling. So again, we can interpret this as the Eurogamer's sources saying that the game will be dialed back from the sci-fi setting, be boots on the ground, and perhaps the leak from Marcus Sellers was correct and the game will be set in modern day. But that's not all, folks. We have one more story to cover, and this one is an event coming up this Thursday, February the 8th, 2018, where Activision will be holding their fourth quarter results conference call, which, if you recall last year's conference call around this time, is when they announced that the next Call of Duty games, or the next series of Call of Duty games, would be dialing back from the advanced movement system and would be focusing on boots on the ground combat and taking Call of Duty back to its roots. Perhaps this year we can get some more confirmation, a little bit more vague details about the next COD game, which is Black Ops 4 by Treyarch, and I would definitely expect them to bring up the success of Zombies Chronicles as being the best-selling DLC on PS4 throughout 2017. I'm very interested to see what they'll say about that, and maybe if they'll give us any kinds of hints to their investors that they will continue that success in the Zombies mode in the future. That event is this Thursday, and we'll be covering what was said later in the day in the Zombies news update in the evening. Well, that wraps up today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, if you're excited for Black Ops 4, definitely smash that thumbs up button down below, subscribe to the channel for more great zombies content to come. I want to thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you with another Zombies news video very soon. Peace out.